It's another very long day. Welcome back to another video, 71 Race Team. I know I don't always do the intro, but it kind of is what it is. It's you know, I never really know exactly when a video will end or where it will start. I just record the clips, and when I'm editing, I pretty much decide where the beginning of a video and where the end will be, depending on the length of what I've recorded. But regardless, in the car with the registration and stuff, I realized yesterday that I had a lot of expired paperwork in the car along with all the new stuff, so I decided to clean it up. So I just have all of the new stuff in here. Do have to put on the registration sticker. I tried to do that yesterday, but I quickly realized that the license plate frame is in the way, so I would actually need to unscrew the plate and the frame to get access to the area where I'm supposed to actually put the sticker on. So I'll be doing that shortly. Not really sure in what order, but I do want to try to vacuum the cars if I have time. And I literally brought my to-do list with me so I don't forget anything. It looks like I need to check the brake fluid, but I need to sort of figure that out on the M5. I need to add more washer fluid because that's not working. I'm working on the spoiler to a certain degree on the M5. Got this sticker to put on. I need to make sure my window is clean, as you guys would have seen in previous videos. The Lamborghini driver's side window had a stain, and once it got dropped off at the Lamborghini dealer, the stain got worse because I think they smeared it. But I bought it like that because, you know, I bought it like that and I wasn't able to get the stain off, but it looks like I was able to get it off the other day when I was washing the car because it was literally that hot. And yeah, I want to wash the Mustang and cover it, but we'll just see how much we get done because I do have other car related items to also handle today. Also, before I step out, one thing that I did want to show you guys is the 3 Mercedes Benzes that we've you know, currently settled on. We'll just see how soon we see them. Maybe they'll get sold before we see them, but we're just sort of just going to see what happens. Got this screwdriver and on we go. I realized that there's actually a decent amount of webs over here, so if I do get attacked by a spider, I guess you guys will not be seeing the rest of this clip. That's interesting. I guess that's how they do it in Italy. When I was taking the plate off, I realized that this thing was like super bendy. Mission accomplished. Back here again, and yeah, pretty much went back there to work on the Mustang. Ended up helping with the storage unit, which is still getting built from the end of last vlog. And yeah, back here while the Mustang charges, thought I would get a couple of other things done. So probably doing the washer fluid next. Had to come back in here to get the key because for some reason I thought I wouldn't need the M5 key. Thought I forgot to grab it, but apparently it was out here already. Washer fluid clearly over there. I believe the brake fluid is underneath here somewhere. Is that the brake fluid? I'm not even sure. I thought it was a little further in, but this might be it. Brake fluid. Okay, I guess so. I guess there's no real way to see if the brake fluid is low. I can't really tell through this plastic. I mean, yeah, I have no idea. And I did open the cap and there is some residue there, but I don't think that really has anything to do with whether there is enough brake fluid in it or not. Barely poured any and it's already maxed out. So maybe it didn't need more. Maybe there's some issue with it actually spraying out and has nothing to do with the actual amount in here. I watched this tutorial on another 5 Series Beamer, not necessarily my model, and it pointed out the minimum and maximum lines over here that I didn't even notice the first time, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, I can't really tell, but I think it's above the minimum because I see some darkness right here, but there's no way it's at the maximum, so I'm not really sure. Obviously the brake fluid light is on. I'm guessing if it was at the maximum, you would actually be able to see it more. But now that I'm really looking at it, I'm guessing the residue is suggesting that it's actually at least that high. Maybe high enough to this point where you would actually see residue, but maybe it does need some more. The only confusing part about that is if it's above the minimum. I'm not sure why I would get this alert, and when you go to that alert, it literally just says brake fluid. It doesn't really explain what the issue is, but if it's above the minimum, I'm like wondering whether the light would still turn on because it's not at the maximum, so it just naturally turns on. But that's kind of where we're at. So I probably will buy some brake fluid. It does look like there's probably some other issue going on, because as you guys could see, I'm pressing it down and that's all the liquid I get. It just squirts out pretty much every single time, but that's all that comes out. Looks like it's about to die again. Damn, it really hesitated more than ever, but it did start. The shed is finally done. We just need to hook on these hangers basically to hang stuff, but we might not even be using them. So we're pretty much done with actually building it outside of that. And I'm back in the M5. I realized the wire, which I believe provides the windshield fluid, was a little unhooked, and I hooked it thinking that maybe it would work, but it's still not working. Oddly enough, I feel like you always get a little bit of spray each time, but after that you literally don't get anything. At this point, I think we're going to call it a day, at least for the cars, and move on to other stuff that I need to get done, which also includes social media stuff. Back inside, it probably didn't seem like long since I probably just recorded short clips here and there, but spent about half the day outside, so we'll just see. In terms of the M5, I'm probably going to look at the warranty and maybe get it dropped off somewhere to get worked on. Not really worth my time. I think it does need brake fluid, but even then I'm like, would I need to reset the system to make the alert go away even if I added brake fluid? So we'll just see. Rather have somebody else work on it than have me waste my time that I don't really have to begin with. I guess it's time to put a new mirror into the collection. I have this one over here. Not sure if it's an SV, but yeah, I guess it's SV as well. And yeah, adding a second one. Out here again for part 2 of my earlier adventures.
10 seconds later.
I basically came here to look at the brake fluid number. There's no number on the cap, but there is on the tank itself. The only issue is it doesn't really match with anything. When I try to Google it, nothing really comes up. I found this brake fluid .4 that seems to be the main result when you Google it. The only issue is the websites that are selling the .4 basically have vehicles that are compatible with that, and the F90 M5 is not one of those vehicles. But on another website that's selling it, it basically said it's compatible with all BMWs. So at this point, I'm not 100% sure. The one that, the two websites that actually list them out, I didn't compare those two lists, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're not identical. But considering neither, say, the F90 M5 would be able to use it, I'm starting to think that it probably couldn't. So pulled out the owner's manual. That's the, I guess, final option outside of asking the dealer itself, which might be something I do if I don't want to waste additional time with this thing. But at this point, since the brake fluid is only like about $5, if it ends up being the .4 at least, I probably rather fill it up, reset the system, because I figured out how to do that, and you know, go from there. And if it still appears, then I could always you know, reach out and have a shop look at it. But you know, I'm thinking if I fill it up, reset it, I would hope that the alert goes away and doesn't come back, but I guess we'll see how this all pans out. And it looks like I have some reading to do. Literally no mention of brake fluid in here, so that's always great. At least not that I could find. Fortunately, yesterday the car did start, but let's see if it'll start today so I can move the car back to where it was originally. Thought I would give you guys an update on sort of where we stand with the car search, which has been one of the main focuses. Okay, I just realized that I probably should have started the Mustang because it's been about 3 days since I last turned it on. And it's probably dead already. So I guess that was one of the main focuses, and it'll probably continue to be a main focus because the car is probably dead. But regardless, update on the whole Mercedes GLS situation. As you guys know, last time I updated you guys, which might actually be towards the beginning of this vlog, there were 3 cars we were looking at, or 3 SUVs. And at this point, my parents have sort of narrowed it down to just one. Which one was it? The 2019 model one. That one is still being quote unquote repaired. As you guys know, they started repairing it over 2 weeks ago. And when I reached out to them, the car was not even at the dealer because it was at a shop getting a quote unquote scratch fixed on the bumper, and it's been over 2 weeks and the car is still not back at the dealer. And they confirmed that, I think it was like yesterday, that they still don't have the car. So that's that. And so my parents don't want to wait any longer, and we also don't know if it's really a scratch that's being fixed or what the hell's going on, because obviously it's taking a strange amount of time. Another one, they realized last night it's actually a 6-seater, and they're more interested in actually getting a 7-seater version of the car. So at this point, there's only one current option. We haven't looked at other options in several days or other listings. There might be new listings that we might check out soon. But regardless, at this very given time, there's only one car to look at, and my dad and I will be going to check it out to get sort of a better idea of what it looks like. Are there scratches on the body? Are there any issues? So on and so forth. And then we might go again tomorrow to actually purchase the car if it ends up being as great as it seems, at least in photos and in the listing itself.